6. Jello is back for the Summer League.
Jello ball with the slam, and the crowd goes nuts here.
Right when folks counted him out, the Hornets released the roster for the Summer League, and there he is. Back again to the dismay of his haters and the cheers of his fans. Fresh off the Drew League stint where he had a bad game, a good game, and a mediocre game, but his team wasn't all that.
They even got Nick. He's my security for Lonzo. I call him Nick Nice.
Nick Nice, what do you got for us? So Jello was in the Drew League, playing with mediocre talent, and he wasn't playing his natural position. No one knew Jello was stacking the odds against himself to be ready for his next challenge. Before the Drew was the Swarm, where he shot 40% from the three-point line, but only averaged 13 minutes per game. Wow.
It's pretty hard to get a rhythm going, the way the coach substitutes me. I don't like being subbed in and out every 2 and 3 minutes, but I just got to go out and produce.
And that's exactly what he did. He went out in the Swarm and he produced. With only 13 minutes a game, being spot played 2 minutes here, 3 minutes there, he managed to keep his three-point percentage still at 40%. So if you're wondering how could he get another invite to the Summer League when he only scored 5 points per game during the Swarm season, now you know it's the conditions. Being spot played here and there and still keeping your three-point percentage at the 40% mark. Not to mention their marquee player is his younger brother. But we can't base everything on LaMelo, because if LaMelo was the golden ticket, then Liangelo would have been pulled up last year. In his first game with the Greensboro Swarm, he played 24 minutes, had 22 points, and shot 57% from the three-point line. In his second game, they cut his minutes in half. He played 13 minutes, had 7 points, and shot 50% from the three-point line. Then in the third game, 14 minutes, 8 points, and still 50% from the three-point line. After 3 games in a row of shooting 50% or more from the three-point line, in the fourth game, they played him only 3 minutes, in which he had 0 points. I don't even want to get into what happened the 5th and the 6th game. Well, I might as well, because there's not much to say. He was benched both of those games. And things kind of went downhill from there. Sometimes Jello would play, sometimes he wouldn't. I mean, you couldn't call it. It was very inconsistent. And quite frankly, it seemed like his biggest opposition was not on the other team, but it was his coach's rotation. Now, with the last name Ball, expectations are high. Your father set a record that no one else has done. 2 players, top 3 NBA draft, coming from one family. Jello understands this, and however, it seems whenever he's up with the challenge, he meets it head on and the pressure doesn't get to him. His first game with the Swarm, we know what he did. Now let's remember the first game in the Summer League, what he did. He basically shocked the world. 16 points in 16 minutes. He came out with ice in his veins. He didn't flinch. He shot the ball whenever he was open. His teammates were finding him, and he did just what he said he was going to do the previous interview. He said, I'm going to shoot the ball at a high clip. Great percentage, and it felt like Jello was well on his way. But on the contrary, that is not what happened. Next game, Jello didn't even start. He was getting limited spot minutes again, and his teammates were not passing to him when he was open. Now, whether it be selfishness, jealousy, low IQ, nerves, or whatever the case may be, Liangelo was taken off down the court, and they were not looking up and they were not giving him the ball. And it kind of seemed like no matter where Liangelo landed, he was always fighting an uphill battle. But let's talk about this new hope of him coming to the Summer League. Of course, I know there are doubters and are going to be people that prey on his downfall, but here is another chance for Liangelo to show what he's got. Will he get more minutes this year than he did last year in the Summer League? Now, I want you to brace yourself, guys, all the Ball Facts fans out there, because last year, Liangelo's Summer League coach was Dutch Gailey. And we wanted him to start Liangelo. It didn't happen. And we were like, come on, man, just do it. Well, there's a new coach, and you might have some hope with that. But I'm sorry to tell you guys, his new Summer League coach is the Swarm coach. Yes, Jordan Surkamp. Now, maybe Jordan Surkamp will get orders from on high to say this year is not last year. You know, this year's price is not last year's price kind of thing. Liangelo will start. Liangelo will play. You have to run plays for him. Let's only hope. But I am not getting my hopes up on what this coach will do for Liangelo, because I've been let down game after game with the Swarm. So what I'm hoping is that Liangelo takes over. I'm hoping that his teammates will look up the court, see him running out, and give it to him every time that he's open. Jello does a really good job on his defensive effort and getting open. The only thing that's missing is minutes and a point guard with vision. So to everyone who tells me Liangelo played with LeVar and he didn't do the most great job in the world, so how can you say he'll do it there? Like I said, he needs a point guard with vision. In the Drew League, he was the point guard. He stacked the pressure up against himself. He showed us that he can put the ball on the court, and now it's time for him to get back to his natural element, running the floor, playing defense, and getting buckets. Now, last year's Summer League, James Bouknight was the guy. They put the ball in his hand and let him make decisions. Some were good and some were questionable, but he got all the minutes. He had 28 minutes per game last Summer League, and he scored 16 points per game. JT Thor was also a main piece. Kai Jones, Scotty Lewis. Well, this year, James Bouknight is not there. JT Thor is not there. Kai Jones will be there. He played 28 minutes per game last time, and he was scoring 10 points a game. Liangelo was playing 17 minutes a game and he scored 10 points a game too. 9.8, 9.6. Very similar. Scotty Lewis was playing 23 minutes per game and he was scoring 8.5 points per game. So what I'm saying is Liangelo wasn't a main piece last year, but he was scoring buckets with the main pieces outside of James Bouknight, who doubled everyone's score. Everyone was 10 points or down, and Liangelo was in that mix, even though he wasn't getting the 28 minutes like Kai Jones, the 23 minutes like Scotty Lewis. So what I'm saying is if Liangelo can now be a main piece this summer and get into those 25 minutes instead of being at the same points as everyone else, I believe he can come up. Now, 2 of the Hornets players got in legal trouble in this offseason, and one of them hurts my heart, Miles Bridges. I don't know all of the facts, so I'm not going to speak on it. It's just a very sad situation. Wow. But because he is such a big spot on their team, and if these allegations are true, he may not come back. LaMelo needs a ride or die homie out there with him to console him. Now, that's just me and what I see on the court. Him and Miles Bridges had that chemistry better than anyone, I thought, on the team. And the way to rectify that, make LaMelo happy, keep him there even though you're losing main pieces, keep the energy, keep the chemistry, keep the locker room really good, is unleash the sniper. If you think Jello was fire in his first Summer League game, just put him with his brother and you're going to see more fire, fireworks, explosions, talking about crazy things. That's not a joke. It's not a myth. It is the facts, ladies and gentlemen. And to you people that are very skeptical and say Liangelo is trash, I have more proof that my point is real than you have proof that it's not. Because every time they were on the court, we know what happens. To all the people that say he doesn't deserve this shot, oh my gosh, you don't know how hard this dude works. He has a target, he's aiming at it, and he is trigger happy. He is on it every day in the gym. I'm telling you guys. What would you do if you knew for sure that if you were paired with your brother, you would be great? How hard would you work to get there? The same way that Jello came and helped a struggling LaMelo in the JBA, he wants to come up and help this Charlotte Hornets team. That's why he's at that Summer League. He wants to get up there. What do you think Liangelo's going to do this time around? This is exciting. It's about to be fire.
Watch what Jello do.
Any words for your haters?
Hell no, I don't talk to them.
Any words to your fans?
Stay tuned.
Like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Ball facts again. Peace.